Extended lengthy. But it's sort of by the United States grant. The Republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Borough complied with the notice of sunshine law by adopting prior to every 10th of this year a resolution about the dates, time, location of all regular meetings. This meeting, one of the meetings was the resolution, copies of the resolution referred by January 10th filed with the borough.
We have all resolutions authorizing the opening of a money market bank account. Approving a refund of utility overpayment to 130 of lot 133 lot 6001.
Yes.
Authorizing shared service agreement with the county of Camden for funding from the Governor's Council on Substance Use Disorder through municipal lines.
Yes.
Okay. And approving summer hours for certain borough offices.
Yes.
Yes. Very much.
Bamboo. Give me more.
I just hope there was a big, I know, a couple years ago, we had something, discussion, just set it out, but FYI, the sheet. So, regulations of the state. Basically, that's really.
So if you could take any action, what was the change of state?
I'm not, I didn't use that to be blank, but, this, one of the things for the state level was still need local level enforcement. So if you want, we can dive into it and probably agency. So basically, nobody really likes bamboo, right? Safety, staff, you know. You know, we get a handful of calls sometimes that it's like, I see my neighbor. It's not, it would probably just allow some of the stronger enforcement. Maybe one thing now. You know, between the Jeff years, I see enforcement that more, but I mean, I can absolutely take a look before.
You don't have to. I looked when I saw that.
Okay, yeah, so you basically do a package on the phone.
How's your other resolution for that year's five?
The summer hours.
Summer hours.
So we removed the awarded comp because we awarded it before.
No, but that was.
It was five.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
The summer hours.
Oh, you're great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You'll get to it less than a past.
yeah, well, we have currently MVP up and everything, it's not gonna be yet, but it'll allow space in the number.
You ever seen this spot, was it saying, you ever seen this spot on White Avenue, that town where there's the turn off of whatever, like, you should go, it's that inside.
No, thank you.
I think I have.
It's like, it's in there, it's like movie Babylon, like it is a bamboo show. And when you go into it, I'm telling you, it's a world, there's like sounds and stuff, and, right, yeah, it's nuts.
Personal property at the front.
It's state, it's right at the back of state, yeah, right at the back of the state, or right on the houses that,
Does it go up against the number there?
oh, yeah. Yeah, it runs right along. Yeah, right along the wall. No, it's a crazy spot. Yeah, go ahead.
Dog census.
So, a couple of, I think maybe one or two weeks ago, I don't remember, we looked into the cost for, placing dog licenses in small town. That's several $1,000s. Wanting to be careful with federal funds, the question then is, we are not collecting the, dog licenses for the amount of, just anecdotally, there's a ton of dogs in town, right? Most people are not paying their dogs. You know, it's $17, it helps for
Well, it's not just,
yeah. Well, for sure. And then in this process, I learned and recall, because I was a resident here, that many years ago we did a dog census. And so I wanted to bring the idea to the government body of hiring a couple of high schoolers, et cetera, to this potentially be next year in order to, the idea would be put some upfront money towards hiring young folks to do the census in order to then have more money in our account and sign up for those. Alternatively, we could have a PSA about it, just like, but what did you say, like 100,000? Yeah, right. So
That's dog and cat though, right?
yeah,
That's just dog.
there's less than 100 cats.
Less. But yes.
Well, there's 100 registered, less than 100 licensed.
So the cost for 2027 to do the census, right, would be close to 8,000, that'd be 677. And then we would probably collect more licenses. I think there's gonna be I think there's a value in collecting more. I don't think there's a diminishing return on using it for software. Because it'll go down again. Right, also the one of the companies we looked at, it's like only online, so someone came in, put them collect the paper, she actually give them an iPad, like, I don't know if we're servicing enough people, prior applications to make us switch, yeah. Couple other options, the census, that's up to you guys, price like $7,700 next year. We could do an option through Edmunds through WIP, but there's the verification of the ratings that becomes trickier, right? So, okay, it's kind of like you do like the memorial treatment. So it's basically like the person can fill out a form and then they have to basically make their payment, and give us their information center. I mean, it's doable, we can make it. And there's no option online, but then they have to make sure they follow up with those.
Is there that, there's no way to upload, there's no option to upload.
Not to the web. I mean, but we can then do like a Google form, potentially, it just would be some internal extra steps. For this year, Betty Jo did say it might be possible if we want to shake things up a little bit, census. So potentially next year, to waive the late fee for 2026, do an extra like mega push.
I like that idea.
Try to see if we can shake this 26.
Yeah.
I already collected the fees.
Oh, have you? Yeah, all right, so that's from that.
What was it done like March 15th? March. And
Yeah, right.
They,
it was super stupid.
Remind me, so the money that is brought in from the dog fight, so as we think about comps or something around this, it goes to
Animal control, and, when a wild raccoon, squirrel, whatever is injured and has to go get dies. Or animal control ticket, or a comparison of tickets, yeah. About. Yeah, and we pay on the shelter, so any animals that get taken to the shelter, we pay that. So it's animal control, shelter, and injured.
it's a race.
Right, it was a.
It's a race.
Any, make sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we're pulling from other places and we're not getting this money from, right, licenses, we have to pull from other.
It is efficient.
I just, I don't, any idea how much?
Maybe we could run numbers on what we pay for shelter. Yeah.
Huge.
Exactly. The other day.
We're gonna generate a lot of really unhappy people. Just
By doing it.
compare.
Yeah.
And that's why if you do a census, I think it's just makes more sense to put it back into the app, not necessarily than paying for the software.
I still get reminders, I'm not required to.
Well, do the people sign last year? When the office doesn't have the $7,700 of the budget. For two people, what's that, that's for two people do X amount of hours, like, what, just how do you, like, stack it line?
They were 480 hours, two people, 240 hours pop. Okay.
Alright. It'd be interesting and. Maybe, just because it's like a one force situation, right? So if we, just thinking outside the box here, I think you look at the cultural, even, or you do something for events and point to potentially do, or we're trying to get funding for grants to do a partial one. Is there any way we could, like, while you're going door to door, also now? And see if we can maybe. I don't know a lot about it, I just know that it's a requirement for some of our. Like being free to USA, there's some approval on the money, but you have to every like 10 years do a thing and we're applying, just finished applying for about 5 countries.
In the process.
In the process of applying for grants, having partial funding to do some mapping, we'll do all of the mapping. But it's something that's time intensive and you have to map it all. So we're talking, maybe you want to, somebody to find, it will pay someone to do this and go for the door, like, oh, I see a fence. And you also take a map with you and back out trees, like, we're not gonna be up, you know, you're still getting an hour, but you're still walking, it's not that much extra work while you're out there, might as well, write something else down. Trees.
Yeah, we find there's over just. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah, so we're gonna do something that we have to, you know, stay on, maybe, I don't know.
Mitigate tax and percent. Yeah, trees that. Right, that's what you're talking about, both. Yeah, it's usually, well. They might, for the work that they do, all the big garage donuts, it'll be a, you're not gonna as reliable,
Yeah, the young people that count dogs, like I have this skill set, and it's 50. It's not just count, but it's see, it's help with the tree, if I'm a tree guy, I don't know if I wanna tag on. Looking at spot the dog in the backyard, but you might, I mean.
I think it's worth there, and just to see if we get money to do a partial.
I believe if it's a company who comes and does the inventory, correct? It's not our guys. Yeah.
But the funding available is not enough to do the full inventory, but if they know that we only have partial funding, they will do it in a way that they'll like. Create areas, so we have like a left, like this is what has been left undone.
We'll do $20,000 worth of art, right?
And in a way that like we can track it so that we can do the other half and know what we've done for fun. So. Alright, cool. Good line, good for the budget, but it looks like writing in, I think we're for a bit longer.
Well, the quote hugely efficient, just struck me as.
What you just see is how much more we have to do for hugely efficient as well. I don't know what it is efficient, let's put a number on there. Yeah, so. Yeah.
great.
What?
Are we gonna do pay off shelter and stuff. Not-
Well, under the shelter, all 1,300 a month.
Okay.
And then maybe 900 for animal control.
So yes, reverse engineer how much it's costing us and then how many animals would have to be, right? Like, we have to find 3,000 dogs and cats, but in order to, actually cover this, or just to see the not about that. So like, alright, night court, so we met with the trustees last week, 2 weeks ago? In May. Yeah, it was in May, it was 1 or 2 weeks ago. Right. And they have questions about the night park steering committee as
Yeah,
well,
so
so
I-
I wanted an update on.
Yep, so I haven't got it together, so that's what's been a little bit crazy, but, I'm gonna sit down with Mr. Chef to go over kind of the engineering piece of all this, and get a handle on it, and then, we'll get something together, we'll get together, so Lindsay did send it to me a couple weeks ago. I had asked about who signed up. with it.
Yes.
Okay.
We had a good amount of,
Huh?
we had a good amount of respondents.
Yeah, they,
Sports.
well, they were, the night park.
And that's what it's gonna be called.
Right, they were like, dredge.
Yeah.
So.
That's probably, with this amount of money, that's probably gonna be a big opportunity. In place some kind of infrastructure or something. Not, to me, it's the lake, dredging the lake. And then it's also still flooding where the whole plate is and
Yeah, there's a
Russian
couple,
field.
three one spot, which would be.
It's like the third or fourth time we've done that.
Right.
The major infrastructure work that
Same,
solve that.
same spot.
It's still not. That part is about, down the corner of Park and Brown. It's totally.
No stuff.
But on the city staff, I can say, yeah, but I think, I will get that. I will get that.
Community bridge.
Yes, so, anecdotally, I was walking around town this week and saw that a lot of folks are putting code in their little libraries. And it made me think about food security and our efforts this past fall, the growth efforts. And so I was thinking about community bridge, as well as some other cities around and smaller places as well have this. But before we were to go to that, I just started, we had one conversation, I had Lindsay there. I just heard from Jonathan from the food pantry to see what needs are right now. Gas is $4.50 a gallon, are folks struggling to see an increase and the pantries, et cetera. So just kind of doing a needs assessment for the moment, to see what additional needs there may be and if there would be interest.
So, I believe the. The one, the people we have that are at the church, connected to the free camp.
Yeah.
Food pantry. They do have, or 1 or 2 refrigerators, or freezer, and that was also part of, the they were getting, the hanging that, that was a new addition of that. So, I'm wondering. Maybe we agree with the we make sure that they have.
So that's why we just are happy with that. The idea is we're just gonna map and see what needs are folks, if we can go into more folks in the borough, experiencing food insecurity, are folks going to the pantries more, et cetera, but we just heard.
Hey, Lindsay, this is related, obviously, from the SNAP, when we collect all those resources, do we have contacts with all the pantries?
We have a lot of them, yeah.
So, I wonder if you were, the Board of Health folks sending out their survey, they can collect it.
Yeah, and, her name is one of my head from the Board of Health was on the call.
Oh,
And,
Laura,
apologies, Laura, thank you. It's not here. Yes, we certainly.
and that might be the best way to. look at it.
Yeah, and also some people go to pantries, some people are calling from the libraries, people are holding jobs, experiencing food insecurity, et cetera. It would be useful to know, certainly from the pantry, what their experience.
And possibly we should get going before the school. year end, we do a lot of things, rely on, is that have small pantries and.
Yeah, we're gonna,
Just wanted,
yeah, to Maddie on the way in, and it's just on her next,
And she knows those meetings, I suppose.
so just seeing what needs may be, and what solutions there. As it goes on, just want to include you in us having these discussions, and I want to see happy to share.
And you wanna put together a survey?
I'm happy to start, there's only 3 entries, I could also just have a conversation with them.
That's fine. I was just thinking you could also go on to like stakeholders, like school folks, arms,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Yeah. The armed also center is able to pay.
And you know, they serve people in other ways and Sherry, for help, gets a lot of that.
Yeah.
From certain people, there's not ticket needed.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, sure, it's great. Yes, let me think about this, step forward. Most efficient way to get information about.
and then maybe put it on our radar for mid to late June. Maybe reshare the information for the local pantries going into the summer season. Just so people have to stop, comms wise,
And the retreat option.
and the birthday login still going on Wednesdays. Yes.
When we talk to them, ask if they might have summer hours, because I know some of them do change hours, and then we can update that in our resource page too. Mhm.
Yeah, so it's there.
Mhm.
See it or know it's there, but it has all the information, right, to be sure.
And also maybe for our late June prior,
Yes.
maybe put that in the late June prior, but that's including a big getting for.
Well, you, I mean, we're all big folks that put in this, but we don't have to build a lot to use that.
If you wanna make a pitch about donations, you can direct it to the cost carriers, so it's fine. See, Wait, yeah.
All the options of which direction we're going to
The high school, the other high school. Soccer. Maybe she has it. I would think so, but. Yeah, but we directed one.
Can I have one more thing? We were just knowing about it today, the background checks, since Steve Carey's here. How do we want to address next steps? We were both trying to, ask it.
Well, a lot of it, you raised your hand and said, should things your way. you know.
So I was just giving recommendations, based on having that no gap in a check. So name-based searches are always going to have that vulnerability. So I was just giving information that fingerprinting will not have that vulnerability, but it comes with a cost, right? Name-based search, I did a little digging and found that, a false name was provided. It was not someone that's on the Vegas law list. But it should have been something that the borough was flagged, that there was, mismatched information. So person used the middle name as their first name and their same social security number, which should have flagged and said this is inaccurate information. I don't know what that process looks like as far as how the borough is notified. And I've tried to reach out to the company and I haven't been able to get back from them on what processes they have. Is it an email, is it a phone call? How do they relay the information, that false information provided to the borough, or that there's any kind of other criminal check that comes back? So that part I don't know. But my recommendation would be if we stick with the same system we're doing now, oversight should come from the police department. And we would work with the recreation department to make sure that none of the volunteers are on the field prior to that application being reviewed and that background check being reviewed and approved. And then we would maintain that list and make sure that everything that goes out, they get some receipt back.
We spoke about the very least having some sort of way, you're gonna maybe talk to Jim about some sort of like a certificate or some sort of, okay.
So that part, I talked to Brad and Jim. We were doing like a testing, but if we made them register for the mail program, when they watch it, people get a receipt.
Okay,
So they have to sign up as.
I mean, that's. So is that, I think that sounds like something you could probably, at the very least, would get that implemented.
Absolutely. I was saying that's something we could do almost immediately, and I recommended like. When this all went into play, we had a very long meeting where we reviewed all the new regulations, that's been years. If we're gonna make changes, I recommended that, Jake, Kelsey and I, tried to sit down. But it was off and, we're gonna make changes, kind of review where we are currently, what we're changing, what we're beefing up. But the questions that remain are, we're doing background check, that's. I mean, fingerprint is the cost of volunteers, also like time. You know, sometimes somebody signs up and the program starts next week and it's right. You know, they're just dragging their feet, like, which is not ideal. You want to go change it. So, you know. What level of barrier time and cost do we want?
Right. It sounds like, and the now, fact that there is like a course, and then we get a certificate of, yeah, we can see that someone is, the class, what time, what they did the class. If, yes, you have to create a user, but like, that's not terribly accurate. So we get that.
We do that right away. And those receipts can go to Kelsey or Jake, everyone, whoever, you know, that's just collecting a verification. So that's one.
For the other piece of that too, if people don't have access to the internet at home or something, we could also host that class at the public safety building. Have a sign-in sheet for those who can't do it on their own at home. I'd be happy to do that as well. We do that across the board trainings now. So it's-
We also the library, do those at the library.
So, I think the next step is to implement the mill part. Second step is to have a smaller meeting for any additional.
And sort of updating our policy. Should I recommend?
Perfect. Yeah, so we have the, you know, yes, summer rec is less, it's beefier because now the summer camps, but there are fewer. There's like no volunteers, we're all paid staff, that's all the summer camps. So we have that summer to get ourselves together, world fall sports start, where you have all the volunteers.
Access rush.
Right, I mean, so we need to have it in place.
Is Little League within our reach of this stuff? Or
No.
Little League does it on?
Little leagues are.
They do their own.
And, their process is like very.
Yeah.
onerous. So, yeah, let's make that a goal to have it in place and by mid July, because by August, we're already starting to get soccer coaches and, field hockey soccer. But yeah, all of that. So I was getting back up, yeah. Okay. Anything common? I don't have. Okay. Oh, Mark, you're second. Thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned.